Your cat is safe. At least, that's what you think. No cars, no predators, no danger. But what if the biggest problem your indoor cat faces is happening right in front of you, and you don't even notice it? Indoor cats live longer, that's true. Most people hear that and stop thinking there. Longer life equals better life. It feels logical, it feels responsible. But there's a hidden assumption in that belief, that safety automatically equals happiness. And for cats, that's not always true, because when you remove danger, you also remove something else, something your cat's brain still expects every single day. 1. Your cat was built for a different world. Your cat is not a pet in the way we imagine, not really. Underneath the soft fur, the quiet movements, the slow blinks, there's a hunter, a system designed over thousands of years to detect movement, to track it, to stalk it, and to catch it. Even if your cat has never stepped outside, that system is still active, still waiting, still expecting something to happen. But inside your home, nothing happens. No real chase, no real hunt, no real outcome. Just artificial moments and long periods of stillness. 2. The silence that slowly builds. At first, nothing seems wrong. Your cat sleeps, eats, walks around. Everything looks normal, but cats don't show discomfort the way humans do. They don't complain, they don't explain, they adapt, quietly. And over time, that lack of stimulation starts to build into something else, a kind of silence. Not peaceful silence, empty silence. The kind where the brain stops expecting anything new. And that's where the real problem begins. 3. Energy that has nowhere to go. You've probably seen it. Out of nowhere, your cat explodes into motion, running through the house, jumping off furniture, attacking shadows. It looks funny, it looks random, but it isn't. That's stored energy, energy that was supposed to be used in small, controlled bursts throughout the day, but instead it builds up, and when it can't be released properly, it spills out all at once. Often at night, often when everything is quiet, often when you least expect it. Number 4. The night shift. And this is where many owners get confused. Why is my cat so active at night? Because that's when their instincts are the strongest. In nature, night is when things move, when prey is active, when hunting happens. But indoors, there's nothing to hunt. So your cat becomes active with no clear purpose, and over time, that disconnect creates frustration. 5. The window that shows everything. Your cat sits by the window, watching. You've seen that look, focused, still, locked in. It looks peaceful, but what's actually happening is stimulation without resolution. They see birds, movement, life, but they can't engage with it, they can't chase it, they can't complete the sequence. And when that sequence is interrupted, again and again, it creates tension. A quiet kind of frustration that never fully disappears. 6. When the world stops changing. Now imagine this. You wake up every day and everything is the same. Same walls, same paths, same sounds. Nothing new to explore, nothing new to learn. Cats are explorers, even indoor cats. They don't just exist in space. They interact with it. They map it, they test it, they control it. But when nothing changes, the brain stops expecting change. And when that happens, engagement drops, curiosity fades, not because your cat is calm, but because there's nothing left to discover. 7. The weight you don't notice. Less movement means less energy used. Less energy used means more stored. And slowly, your cat gains weight. But this isn't just about appearance, it affects joints, movement, motivation. The heavier the body, the less it wants to move, and the less it moves, the worse the cycle becomes. 8. Behavior that looks strange. Then the behavior changes. Your cat follows you everywhere, or suddenly avoids you. They knock things over, they stare at nothing, they wake you up at night. It feels unpredictable, but it's not. These are patterns, signals, small attempts to adapt to an environment that doesn't fully match what they were built for. 9. The misunderstanding. Most people look at their indoor cat and think they're fine, they're safe, they have everything they need. And in some ways, that's true. But in other ways, something is missing. Not food, not shelter, something deeper, something instinctive. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, because the question changes. It's no longer, is my cat safe? It becomes, is my cat actually living the life it was built for? 10. The quiet signs you almost ignore. There are small signs most people overlook, not because they're invisible, but because they seem normal. Your cat sleeps more than usual. They stay in the same spot longer. They stop reacting to things that used to interest them. At first, it just looks like calm behavior. But sometimes it's not calm, it's disengagement, a slow shift from curiosity to passivity. And the dangerous part is, it happens gradually, so you don't notice the moment it changes. You just accept the new version of your cat without realizing something was lost along the way. 11. When play isn't really play. You try to play with your cat. You move a toy, they look at it, maybe they swipe once and then walk away, and you think they're just lazy. But that's not always true, because real play for a cat is not random movement. It follows a pattern: stalk, focus, pause, attack. If that sequence is missing, the brain doesn't fully engage, and over time, your cat stops trying. Not because they don't want to play, but because it doesn't feel real. 12. The human world versus cat world. Here's something most people never think about. Your home is designed for you, not for your cat. Flat surfaces, straight lines, open spaces. But cats don't experience space like we do. They think vertically. They think in layers, in hidden paths, in elevated positions. When those don't exist, their world becomes smaller than it should be. Not physically, but mentally. And over time, that reduced world limits how they think, move, and behave. 13. The moment you start to see it. And then, something interesting happens. Once you start noticing these patterns, you begin to see them everywhere. The way your cat hesitates before moving, the way they sit and just watch, the way they follow you, not because they need you, but because you are the only source of change in their environment. And suddenly, their behavior starts to make sense, not as random actions, but as responses. Solution. The answer isn't extreme. You don't need to change everything, but small changes matter more than you think. Movement that feels like hunting, play that mimics real behavior, space that allows climbing and control, variety that breaks repetition. Not as entertainment, as necessity. Because your cat doesn't just need protection, they need purpose. Your cat may never say this, they may never show it clearly, but their behavior will always reflect it. And once you start noticing these patterns, you'll understand something most owners don't, that being safe is only part of the story, and what your cat really needs is something much harder to see.